Hi everyone, this video is part of a three-part series showcasing 3 ways to share Google Docs with students depending on what you want them to do with it. Embedding docs is a great option when you want students to see or view a resource but not necessarily submit or do anything with it. So here is a module I'm currently building out for my students to use next week. I have a lot of different resources I need to populate, and to begin with, I'm going to embed some Google Slides that they'll need to supplement a lecture. In my module, I'm going to add the plus button and add in a new page. So give your page a name, and this page will just be a placeholder to hold the slides that we're adding to our module. Adjust the indentation if you'd like, and then click Add Item. And you'll see the new page that you've added is now populated within your module. I just need to drag mine up into the day that I plan to use this with my students. And if I click inside, it looks completely blank. And that's because I haven't added anything to this blank page yet. So if I go to the Add Pencil button or the Edit Pencil button, I have access to my rich content. And if I click into this space, I'm going to insert through that little V icon to get access to my Google Apps. This will sync with my Google Drive and allow me to search for my document if you know the file name, or you could search for it through your folders. Once you find it, you have the option to either embed it or link it. The link will create a hyperlink of text, and so I always prefer to embed my resources so that it's a little bit more visually appealing for students and it's one less click to get to the resource you need. If I adjust this window so I can see a little bit more clearly, you can see that my slides are available for students to click through in this nice little iframe box that's now embedded on my page. One little tip is you can pop into the HTML editor and look at the coding. And don't be too intimidated because within that, you can find the dimensions for that box or that iframe that contains your slides. If you'd like, you can change it so that the width is set to 100% without any regard to the height. And this will allow your slides to always span the full width of your student's screen, no matter what size their screen is or what device they're using. And so now I have a lot more black space on each side of this because my screen happens to be wide. But if I click Save, we now know that students won't have to kind of adjust their screen or scroll to see the full slide. It will always kind of self-adjust. If I go back into my module, I am now this time going to add a Google Doc just to kind of prove that we can embed not just slides, but also docs as well. So following the same process of going to my plus button, adding in a new page and giving it a name. This time I'm going to add in an answer key. So this is something I have typed into a Google Doc. And again, I don't need students to submit any work for it or to do anything or edit it. It's just a resource that I'm going to put and build into my module for students to view. Adjust the indentation if you'd like, and then add the item. And if you need to, you can drag it to the position it will be used within your module. If I click into this resource again, it too will be totally blank, and so I need to add in the actual doc where it's going to be housed here. So if I click the Edit Pencil button and click into my rich text area, now I can go back to the V icon and search for the Google Apps. And once it finds all my documents, I can locate the doc that I want to share with students. Again, Embed will show them the actual resource when they click into the page. Link will just provide them with some text that becomes a hyperlink. If I click Embed, you can see the Google Doc kind of looks a little scrunched in this iframe window. Some people get frustrated if they have to scroll to see the entire document. So this is another great opportunity to pop into the HTML editor and adjust the code just a little bit. So find that iframe where the dimensions are, select the pixels, and instead of worrying about the exact precise width and height, we're going to change it so all we really care about is that the width spans 100% of the viewer's screen. So no matter which device our students are looking at it, it will take up the full width, and they shouldn't have to scroll unless they're looking at it on a teeny tiny device. So right away, you can see that it's a lot easier to see my document in its entirety. It's not kind of cut off on the sides at all. So you can preview it to make sure that it looks good, and then click Save for one last glimpse at how students will view it when they open this embedded Google Doc from your modules.